And a one fish, two fish, and a one fish, two fish, and a red fish, blue fish, and a red fish, blue fish, and I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm going to change the color of the lights behind me. Where'd my light thing go? Change the color of the lights behind me. Where'd my light thing go? Change the color of the lights behind me. Let's turn that echo off and let's check the YouTube. Bum 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 bum. The YouTube. Bum 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 bum. Right, YouTube is good. Twitch is good. Where is the light changey thing? It's a little remote. It's supposed to be. I thought it was right here in front of me somewhere. There it is. Found it. You know, what color are they now? They're green. Can I make these dimmer, actually? Yeah, peanuts in the wafer. Little. That's the little thing. It's the little thing. Little thing I have to point the remote at. That didn't seem to do anything. That seemed to do something. How does that look? I'm watching YouTube. YouTube has got some bad. It still just looks a little white. Thick green behind me. I don't know if we make you blue. You know, the blue does something. And the top light's still in purple, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to change it to that for now. Hey, you can see the Sinbad poster. Are we good? Actually, I can't see me. Let's put me in the camera. There we go. We are working on. I'm officially calling it the Liberty 40s Liberty Lingerie, or basically Liberty. We got a Liberty bra, Liberty garter belt, Liberty panty. I Was exporting. So after stream on Thursday, did a little bit more work. I think I got most of the Marvelous Designer stuff done. I'm having a little issue with the bra. I think I have to do maybe a little bit more work. But let's take a look at G9. So we're mostly done with the Marvelous Designer, but I think I have to fix something in the bra. I'm also going to make sure I've got the D-force on everything. I quickly just loaded everything in and exported it back out. I don't know if anything's got D-force on it right now, so if we do the sim, something does. Everything does. The bra's coming apart in the back, and it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be sewn back there. There is either something missing or something just not sewing right. I do have my, hold on. I'm not sure I've got the wrong thing selected. Let's select the bra. Let's take a look at those need to be cleaned up. Attachments is right there. I'm going to change the color on those. No, that's something else. I'm not seeing clasp attachments. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Let's go take a look at the geometry. See what we have assigned to it. And it is a soggy Saturday. It's raining outside. When I'm going to geometry, over to the tool settings, I'm gonna look at that. That says there's 6. Not sure where you guys are though. Control F. Let's do that. Oh, there they are. They fell. They're not attached. That's my problem. For some reason they're not sewing up right. So we're gonna fix that. Also, I'm gonna fix up the panties. Or we're gonna touch that up with the Z brush. I think we'll take a look here. Anyhow, a couple of things. Garter belt's looking okay. Let's undo that. I smoothed this out a little bit with ZBrush. I added some material zones in here to help hold things in place. That is fine. The panties are just a little bunchy in the butt, so I think maybe I'm going to try to fix that. These things are just not attached, not sewing on. I think what might be happening is I've got extra level of thickness on there, and I think it's pushing it away from these seams. So we'll take a look and see if we can fix that. And I think the G8F version will have the same issues. So we are going to look at, so there's currently 3 versions. So there's the one that I basically make the outfit. Then we split it up to we morph it to Genesis 9 base, and then we morph it to Genesis 8 female, slightly smaller than regular version. Okay, we're going to look at that. Look at the G9 base here and see why this isn't sewing up in the back. Having issues there. Also, I'm having issues here. So, let's freeze the garter belt and the stockings. We are happy with dams. Stop that. And you are the world's worst selection tool. I swear, I did not select part of the garter belt. I think did not get selected. There we go. I think I got it that time. So we're just going to freeze those. And I think the garter belt is sewn fine. Up here, let's take a look at this. So what is happening is those just aren't sewing up. And I think it's possible because of I increased the offset on here to give myself a little bit more distance in there. I think that additional thickness is preventing these from sewing in. Maybe not. Maybe just because it's pulling too tight. If I strengthen these up, I'm still not sure if it's actually. Try this. Select all of those. Select these. Hold on a second. All right, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Sorry about that. Not that anybody's watching. Maybe one person. Are we back? I think so. Nope. Camera's still off. All right, let's see if this has fixed it. Uh, export file, export OBJ selected. Yo, Charles on the lurk, baby. This is Genesis 9. You know what? I should delete these off. Can I delete these from here? Yay. Those are the original versions. Those are long. So there we are. We're going to do Liberty Bra. Do a save. I'm going to replace that. I think that's probably good. How you doing today, Charles? That was the wrong. There we go. It's a quiet Saturday. It's wet outside. It's rainy. I just exported the bra. Actually, I'm fairly happy with the progress on this. I don't think because this is on. So if it did weld, I can't just update this geometry. So we're just gonna have to redo it. Let's just delete that. Let's re-import because the vertex order will be off because ideally there will be fewer vertexes in this if it welded properly. That's the plan. Fingers crossed. Activate. Accept. Oh no, no, I forgot. I'm here. Had a long day at work. Oh, okay. Got 2 more days before day off. Probably won't be. It'll be heading the bed on. Okay, sounds good, man. And if you need to do stuff, if always you just don't want to hang out. I completely get that. Things to do, and not enough waking hours sometimes. On the other hand, if you are here just hanging out, trying not to have to do anything. That did not. I'm still. I know what went wrong. I was still exporting it. I had that set to 10629. I need to reset that. I was importing clothes for Genesis 8, doing my stupid, I make things smaller trick. Let's see how this is. I still see gaps in there. Why do you hate me so, marvelous designer? Why? I think I have to, I'm going to have to touch this up in Blender. I'm going to try to do this in the same order. I'm probably going to have to do this for the Genesis 8 as well then. Because it's still giving me, despite the fact I have this sewn, these are still separate. And I don't know why. I'm not sure why it just refuses to. So into Blender we'll go, and we're just going to merge these points through here. I'm going to try to do them in order. I'm going to try to start here, go down, and here, go down, and here, go down, and here, go down. So that when I do it with Genesis 8 version, if I do it in the same order, I'm hopeful that the winding orders will be the same when we export them out. And then it'll save me a little bit of time when I make the hanging morphs and the off the ground morphs, because then I can just use those with both versions. If it doesn't, if they ended up being a little bit different, I have to do it twice, which I will do. But I like to try to optimize, have things that can be reused as much as possible. Anywho, that's not working. We got to do you with Blender. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the. Also, I'm going to fix the shape a little bit too. Anyhow, let's do this. We are in the 50s instead of dresses. I know I have a lingerie folder too, but I thought this, because it's vintage, it's not exactly the 50s, it is more 40s style. Although honestly, most people probably associate bullet bras with the 50s. So it definitely could just be used with the 50s as well. And let's face it, if you were wearing something in 1948, there's a good chance people are still wearing it in 55. um, where am I going? Projects. There we go. 50s, 1940s underwear. Whip it. I gotta get the Genesis 9 stuff moved out of this folder with Genesis 8. That's just confusing, isn't it? Get rid of that. All right, we're gonna just come into here, and I'm gonna straighten those out a little bit. Also, I'm gonna change the let's pop in here. I think first things first is we'll just fix the. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select that, and then we'll just do a merge at last, and we'll just run down one. I have to do this, like 16 times? I guess that's not horrible. I want to make sure to do it in order. However I do this, I want to make sure I kind of do it the same way with the Genesis 8 version. Give me a chance of having the same vertex order. All right, should be good. We're just going to do, and I'm going to do this one over here first. We do the inside to the outside. Then inside to outside. I'm actually going to test also after we do the Genesis 8 one, I'm going to load the Genesis 8 in as a morph target and see what that's looking like. That'll tell me whether or not my method's working or not. All right, I'm going to straighten these out just a little bit here. I think we're just going to pull this. I want that piece to be flatter. I'm going to move that. Kind of like that way. And pull it out that way a little bit. Probably good. You know what? I'm going to square this up. It's supposed to be kind of squarish. Yo, Art, how are you doing? So, 1 p.m. your time. Isn't it 1 p.m. for you too? Let's do loop tools and a G stretch. Pull you out a little bit. A little bit of G stretch in here. Kind of cleaning up that shape a little bit. I think that's good. Now we'll work on the other side. Just going to straighten this up. Did I select? I selected the wrong point down there. I want to select you. Did everybody get the free donut yesterday? I did not. Where were we supposed to go for donuts? You got a duck donut. What? You know I'm allergic to donuts, right? Oh, Dunkin' Krispy Kreme, duck, etc. Oh, it was get a donut free day. Was that it? I did not. Donuts don't like me as much as they used to. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the 80s, I was perfectly fine with donuts. In the 20s, every now and then I have them. Which reminds me, this also doesn't quite agree with me the way it used to, but we're having one today. So our drink of the day is Mexican Coke. You know me. It's not so much the flavor, it's the fact it comes in this cool bottle, which I'm going to properly pour into this Rod Shelley mug. I don't know. Can people really tell the difference between cane sugar and the corn syrup? I don't think I can really, but on the other hand, I really just like the 12-ounce bottles. That's just me. They're just so cool. And Coke wasn't meant to be drink out of. I don't really like drinking out of cans and plastic bottles. That also is just me probably. I should G stretch those. Wait a minute. There we go. When you forgot what you're actually doing. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to pull. This is the outside part. So we're just going to maybe pull that back a little bit. Give myself a little more room in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Charles is in the house, baby. Those art. Oh, yeah, I heard the art shout out. Right, right, right. Just in case she's listening. All right, I think this will work. Uh, excuse me. Let's export that. Boom. Trying to export. That was the wrong button. I know I've done that thing again. Overwrite that. She's fighting her siesta. Fighting. If you're fighting your siesta, you're not doing it right. All right, activate import. All right, should be good. I'm going to put D-Force on there. It should hold together now. All right, that's fixed. I'm going to cancel. We're going to, all right, we'll clear the sim. I'm going to do the same thing for the Genesis 8 version and see if they are still going to be compatible with each other. So let's do this. We are looking to import the Liberty Bra Genesis 8 female. There we go. And I'm going to pop in here and we're going to kind of just do the same stuff we just did. So I didn't tweak this one at all. Totally going to clean that up. Anyhow, we're going to do the same order we did the last one in. So hopefully the vertex order kind of remains the same. But the thought doing, if you do the exact same steps you did on one that you do on the other, but who knows? Something could just be a little amiss in the exporters. It could just be the shape and where it is in space that determines how it. Though I don't think it should, but that might impact the vertex order. But doing these probably does. So that's why I'm trying to do these all both in the same order. These mergey things, and oops, I almost started at the bottom. I got to remember I'm doing it in the same order. I'm going to stand a chance. All right, should be good. I'm going to clean this stuff up. So let's run a G stretch on that. Let's clean. Let's tweak the. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Is it XX0? There we go. I think we'll probably. It's probably close enough for what I want to do right now. Fix this one. Probably like that. Let's put a flatten on here. So, that look okay? That's probably okay. I think I'm just gonna pull that out a little bit and smooth that. Then we'll just do a flatten over here. Just that position just a little bit. And now I've clipped into there just a wee bit, so kind of fix that. I think I want to just pull this out. Like that. A little like that. Maybe flatten that up a little bit. All right, let's see how this goes. Activate export. I am overwriting the Liberty Bra G8 female. Export that. See if I can load it in as a morph target here, just to see if my winding order didn't. I'm optimistic, but you never know. I may have missed something, or something may be a little off. Again? Nope, I went the wrong way. I missed. I wanted to click on that thing. And why are you different? Oh, because I exported both bras. There's my problem. I forgot to do this thing. We forgot to use our old DASA. There we go. Let's try this again. So I saw the preview. There we go. That's better. So the preview, I saw both bras, which told me I exported it wrong. Didn't work. Damn it. Did I have the right thing selected? I did have the right thing selected. Did I export the right thing? Pretty sure I exported the right thing. Look at that. I misspelled female again. I'm just going to do this one more time just to verify that I am indeed going to have to do separate morphs for both of these. Here's another 50 minutes of my life I won't get back. They're so close. I think that it just didn't get the order right when I put them back together. Oh well. I hear my phone make a noise. I haven't checked my phone in a little bit. All right, we're good. Anyhow, I'm going to live with that. I want to smooth any of this out. Probably not. I kind of like that. So when we do our modifying. Oh, and let's see if we can maybe this. I can probably just re-export it and update the geometry. So let's see if we can fix up this butt crack in MD here. So let's go ahead and freeze that. That did not do what I thought it was supposed to do. Let's try this again. I could have been a little more inefficient on where I put the bra. It's not making a big difference. Nope. Come on. Is my free shortcut changed or something? Control K. Oh, I'm forgetting the Control K. Oh man, I'm having brain farts. Why are you suddenly a weird color? There we go. Okay. There. And I missed the straps because the selection tools in here are just crappy. There we are. Gonna see if I can just pull that out. Remember, kids, crack kills. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get a little bit better look. Probably close enough. Keep grabbing. Like I want to grab that and pull it. No, probably as good as I'm going to get. So did I screw up the bum crack? Not really. Bum crack is still looking good. All right, let's re-export this out. I'll grab those. Grab these. Okay, we're going to export that out. Put OBJ selected. We are doing the G9 panties. Save that. Do I want to replace it? Heck yeah. Okay, let's see if we can just update the base geometry here. Select that. I put the button for that over here on the side. We're just going to update the vertex positions from file and do it with the panty. Say okay. Accept. 10,000. Geometry did not match. You know what? I'm just going to delete that. We'll just redo it. Fine. Don't match. Did I leave something out? Well, there's my problem. Despite the fact I selected these things, they did not get selected. Oh, for crying out loud. So let's undo. Delete. Cancel that. Oh, you are the worst. I can't tell what I have selected in this stupid thing. Part of my problem. All right, let's try this again. Okay, and then I gotta get that, and that. I also want to get that, right? And then I should have this, this, and this. So let's try this. File, export, OBJ selected. Overwrite that, say yes. Yo, Rod, how are you doing today? It's Rod Shelley. Quick, quick, act like I've been using the Rod mug the whole time. I have been using the Rod mug. Ask Art, he saw me actually pour the Coke out of the bottle into the Rod mug. Even though drinking Coke out of the bottle is my favorite way to drink Coke. You might miss tonight, or at least part of it. You're meeting a friend for dinner. Ooh, cool. Oh, happy anniversary. And congratulations on 20,000 years of marriage, Rod. Or was it 25? I can't remember. It's one of those special ones, right? Before the dawn of man, there was Rod and Joe. Um, did I do? I was importing. I was fixing. We're going to try this again. I select that. We're updating geometry. I'm trying to fix the crack. I think we're good. I think I have selected everything this time. I am optimistic. I might pop this in the ZBrush and clean it up just a little bit. But anyhow, let's open that up and let's see if this works. Hey, it worked. That is so much better looking. I think we can live with that. Okay, so we fixed the bra, we fixed the panties. We're going to start cleaning up the names. Then we're going to do all of this for, I think my stockings are in good shape for what we want to do right now. Garter belt. The garter belt is in good shape. So the panties need to be reworked a little bit. It still has the garbage in the surface names, so we're going to clean that up. Anti-crotch. Anti-front. Anti-rear. Anti-trim crotch. Anti-trim. And panty waist. Trim waist. All right, should be good. We have D-force on here. I do have the D-force on here. Do I have my... Let's do this. Let's turn the bend stiffness. Then we'll save. 0.1. It's soggy here too. You're building an arc in the basement. Yeah, I don't want to look in my basement. It gets damp down there. The annoying part is when it starts raining inside. I think we're good. I think I might try to just smooth this out just a little bit before I save it again. We'll do that with ZBrush. I think the panty here is good. Good thing is the bodies don't complain, right? Yeah, I got the back 12. That's where I keep my bodies. I have a drain. All right, this is good. Let's save this back out. Actually, you know, I keep forgetting to do these. We're gonna actually let me select everything. Got our garter belt, our stockings, our panties. My bra still needs to be. Okay, let's do work on the bra a little bit. Wait, BRB. Now the bodies don't. Now the body. Nope. Genesis 9 favorites. Liberty bra. Body tight template. Do an accept on that. All right, looks good. Let's come over here. Fix the materials on this. All right, bra trim. I think we're good here. Put D-force on it. Let's pop over to surfaces. Let's set that bend stiffness right off the back to 0.1. Okay, now we're going to come over here. I'm going to just make sure everything is got the smoothing on it, geometry, vert to sub D. And also let's make sure everything has the geometry, add smoothing modifier on everything. Ooh, you can shut it. Yeah, me too. That Barack's going to meet every American. And by every American, I just mean Democrats. And Democrats actually contributed to the campaign because they're not emailing anybody else. They're just harassing us for having supported them. But could be worse. At least they're not Nazis. What was I doing? And now I'm just gonna resave everything. I think we're in a happy place here. That's right. It's American. We get the right to burn flags, baby. It's in this little thing called the Constitution. What were I doing? Doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm saving bras. We're burning bras. No, we're not burning bras. We need the bra. Uh it's not Free the Nipple Friday, is it? I don't remember. No, that was yesterday. Um I'm saving stuff. I got the garter belt. Let's just get this stuff saved out. Um Garter belt G8 email. I'm in the wrong one. Let's come over here. G9 female garter belt. I think that was the right thing. Liberty lingerie, underwear, close enough. TNA girls are on it. All right, let's do the stockings. Stockings, G9. Liberty lingerie, stockings, G9, socks. All right, this needs to be. I don't know if I've saved this yet. G9. Liberty lingerie, LL Liberty panties, G9, underwear bottom. Good. Save this. Overwrite that bra. Okay, I gotta change that to say Liberty lingerie. And we're gonna change this to be underwear top and accept that. Okay, I'm gonna color everything, export it all out. Because we're getting ready to. I gotta do this for substance, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna back like this. Selected the wrong thing. So actually, let's delete all of that. Let's get rid of you. Let's pop back over to here. Load that in. Load that in. No, I did not. I specifically clicked away so that you wouldn't do that. Okay, let's spread stuff out so we can not. And also, let's just turn off all the. So we're setting this up for texturings right now. Gonna come through here. We are looking for our mesh resolution. Turn the smoothing off. Don't I have a mesh resolution in here that says, why am I not seeing my mesh resolution? Dang it. There it is. It says hi. We're going to switch you back to base. Okay, I'm going to stockings are good. I'm going to move the garter belt out over there. I'm just going to move the panties a little bit away from this stuff to help prevent some occlusion in my maps. All right, now we're just going to apply colors and export. Did I get my handy dandy shaders in here? I did, and look at that. I already changed the names to LL. Here, we'll just come over here to surfaces. We're just going to run through here and apply different colors to each one. I think I want that to be a... Okay. Some of my colors are a little too similar. Sometimes we'll just jump to one with a little more contrast. Some of them I'm wondering why did... they're so subtle in the differences. I wonder why I actually did that. I think aqua and cyan are actually the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. Why, Chris? I don't know. Seemed like a good idea at the time. And now 40 products later, I'm not changing it. 40 or 50 products and you realize that you've been misspelling follow or forward. So that happened today. How do you spell forward again? Oh no. Are you kidding me? I gotta have like 30 products that have that misspelled. All right. All right, we're gonna just export this now for substance. Here's my export. Let's come over to here in the whip. So we need a new folder in here. So we're going to do this twice. I had to remind myself how to spell lingerie. I'm going to say IDs because this will be the one that we're going to keep the colors. We'll write the surfaces for those. Then we export again. And then I'm going to do, but this is going to be the no materials or no surfaces. Materials, going to uncheck right surfaces. Do that. All right. We should be ready to texture this now. All right, let's go tweak the, let's get the Genesis 8 version up to this point here. So I should be happy with this. Should I, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to just save you. Do I want to just hide you alls? I have an idea. Let's do this. I'm going to save this as a hierarchical material preset. In order to do that, I'm going to need Genesis 9 in here. Then we're just going to fit all of this stuff to that. So somewhere in here it says fit to. Let's see if this works. That, nope, that only does one at a time. Damn you. That would have been so nice that it just said, yeah, we're fine. We'll fit all of them. Nope, got to do it one at a time. Boom. Got panic at it. Let's do the stockings. Yeah, baby. And let's get the garter belt. Okay, then I'm going to select this. And we're going to just pop back over here. I'm going to stick this way up here where I'm going to remember not to pack it with the final version. And what I want is a hierarchical material preset. This way I can load all of these on here and then reapply those IDs if I need them again, just in case. And we're not going to include the settings for the Genesis 9, and we're not going to include the settings for the eyes. We're just going to include settings for these. Accept that. Okie dokie. And then when that gets done, we're going to delete you. We're going to load in a Genesis 8, and then we're going to tweak the, yeah, that. Exactly. All right. Boom. Load. Okay, so we're going to have to redo the bra. We're going to check the other parts and see how much they need a little bit of work too. Just going to resave all of that. So the bra is garbage. We know that. So let's redo the bra. I think I do have a good version of the bra. We saved that, but it wouldn't load in as a morph target. So let's import bra. The vertex order. They're more or less the same. The vertex order is just a little bit different. Okay, bra's just a little smaller than this, I think. Nope, yep, it's a little smaller, so we got to redo. God damn it. All right, import the bra. I got to scale that up just a little bit. 10629.9. Looking good. Let's select that. Let's put D-Force on it real quick just to make sure we're good. Yo, Chris, how are you doing? It was cool hanging out with you yesterday, man. All right, we're looking good. Clear that. Let's I'm probably going to end up tweaking this a little bit in ZBrush too. But for right now, we're making 40-ish inspired underwear. Do the transfer tool. We made this in Marvelous Designer. We're currently setting it up in Daz. I want you use the full body template and accept that. And everybody, check out Chris Lone Arm Loon Star. Was watching them last night while they were doing wood burning. All the cool kids were there, except Charles. Charles was one of the few cool kids missing, and Rod Shelley. Rod Shelley wasn't there either. But other than Charles and Rod Shelley, all the cool kids and Art. Other than Charles, Rod Shelley, and Art, all the cool kids were there, and Numb the Geek. So other than, all right, we're good. Let's fix the material names. So they'll have the garbage in here, so we're going to get rid of the garbage. So we have these names that kind of make sense. You know what? That ID map I just made. Oh, it's a material preset, though. Never mind. Just save those individually. Dang it. I forgot to do my my generic shaders on here. We'll do that with this one. We have to apply materials to everything anyhow, so I have to resave everything at some point. All right, that's good. Let's put a deforce modifier on there. Let's come over to the surfaces. Let's do that. Let me put my generic shader on here. I forgot to do that with the Genesis 9 versions. Your brain was asleep most Thursday. I'm down here and set the bend sniff just to 0.1. Back over here. Edit to geometry. Convert to sub D. Edit geometry. Add a smoothing modifier. Oh, that's just that's a shading error. Okay. I thought I was getting this weird poke through there. I'm probably going to smooth this out a little bit at some point. But for right now, yeah, let's save you. You're good to go. And we're going to save you over here with the Genesis 8. Try not to overwrite Genesis 9 stuff again. Product, Liberty Lingerie. And we're going to make you a wearable underwear. Okie dokie. Let's check the other ones. So we overwrote the bra. Let's check, see where we are with the garter belt. I just applied you to the bra. Let's apply you there. Let's check the tool settings, the surface names. Okay, so those need to be cleaned up. I don't have to export this out. We got a copy exported out. Never mind. That's good. Let's load in Andy's. Did a little bit of work, but I need to do. You know what? I'm going to try to re-export out these panties from. I smoothed them out with ZBrush a little bit, but I don't. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that bum crack. Let's see if we can fix that. I'm going to hit save on this. Let's reload the Genesis 8 version. D8 female underwear. And I'm going to freeze everything but the panties. So Control K. This time I remembered the Control key. Yay. Okay. And then we're just going to sim, and I'm just going to try to pull those out a little bit like that. So this has a little extra more material than that base Genesis 9 version. So there's some weird wrinkles. So the way it's getting trapped under the garter belt that I smooth out with ZBrush. So that looks a lot better. So we're going to re-export this out. And hopefully I should be able to just say update geometry. And hopefully I don't inadvertently not select a part that's important. It's all important. All right, I think we're good. File, export OBJ selected. We are looking for the Liberty Panty Genesis 8 female. Should be good. Do I still have a little bit of a... I might leave that. We'll see. No, I got a little bit of a weird right there. Try this again. Nah, I'm going to take that out with a ZBrush. So we're going to update these. So activate the update tool, adjust the vertex position. Take that, hopefully this works. I still have that target geometry did not match. Dang it. Try this again. Did I not export something? Let's pay attention to what I'm doing this time. It's so finicky. Well, you know what? This isn't wrong. This is wrong. This is missing something, isn't it? Maybe not. I don't know. Is there trim right there? No, I got the trim there. Did I lose something down here? No. All right, we'll try the import again. I wonder, you know what? I updated the geometry on this when I went to ZBrush. That might have jumbled the order up. I probably just have to redo those. Oh, no, wait. I'm missing a part. What the hell? I totally had selected that. All right, let's try this again. So maybe we can just update the vertex positions. I hope. No, still isn't working. So it may have gotten jumbled with. I touched this up in ZBrush last. Or I might be getting just some weird welds because of the flopping around. All right, so let's convert this first. So kind of what we did for the bra, same deal. Genesis 8, that, full body, except. I think we're good. Let's come in here. Let's put a deforce modifier on here. You know what? I'm going to try to just update this with ZBrush right now. Export at current resolution. I'm just going to use that to try to smooth it out. Probably should just work on it by itself because the garter belt's going to be in the way, I bet you. Maybe I'll just do that later. Oh, ZBrush, where are you? Here you are. I do have the garter belt in the way. Is there a way to hide that over here somewhere? I'm not sure. Chris doesn't understand ZBrush that well. Oh, there's the subtools. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. I can work on this. Looking good. Let's adjust the smoothing strength. Just the main strength. And I'm just going to smooth that out. I know the wrinkles are kind of cool. I think that's front row. I'm missing a piece of trim right there. Damn it. You're the worst, man. All right, let's try this again. And this is probably the reason. This might have been the reason why it wasn't updating earlier. That was the bra. All right, let's try this again. I still am going to need to smooth it out, but still. Just curious. Oops, I need to actually select something. Did I select? I did. Keep forgetting there's that extra step there. Yep, still not working. All right, try this again. Import. Anti. Did you? No, you're still missing. Did I just not export this out? File. Export OB6. Maybe I forgot this part right here. I'm determined to see if this update for text works or not. Nope, it's still not working. Because I had the wrong thing selected. I'm going to do this one more time. We're looking at this very carefully, trying to see if I can spot any of the parts that might be missing. I think we're fine. There we go. Let's see if I can go Z this or I have to restart. Go Z is kind of finicky if I change up what I'm working on. That's still broken. Are you actually broken? You are not broken. Let's see if we can fix this by closing and restarting ZBrush. That and that. ZBrush. Buy ZBrush. Come on, Chris. We know you don't want to just stick with the old version here. Oh, now I'm just importing the panties. Yep, it's getting confused. I'm just going to try to touch them up anyhow and save it as a morph target. Save stuff out. Frame that. Change the size. Just the smoothing intensity. Move that out. Nope. There we go. All right, there's this weird spot right in there. I think that fixes that. I'm almost. That's probably good enough. I'm just going to save this as a morph target for right now. I'm going to call you adjust smooth. And I'm not going to put you there. I'm going to put you. Do I have an adjustments? I do have an adjustments. Okay. And ZBrush is in the way. I'm done. I'm done messing around with ZBrush for now. Awesome deal on a house. Uh-oh. That went to the Rod Shelley ZBrush page. What am I looking for? Rod has an insect problem. Not gonna lie. Or maybe not. Maybe this is why Rod doesn't have an insect problem. Rod doesn't have a pesky neighbor problem. He used to. But not anymore. Pesky neighbors be gone. I'm gonna dial in my morph here. Looking good, I think. I'm gonna hide my garter belt for just a second here, just to see. You know what? That's looking fine. Oh, it's your pet. Yeah, some people keep chinchillas, other people keep giant praying mantises that the army has to come out with and question you about from time to time. Uh, yeah, I don't think I have to fix the names on this. But my names are still good. Apply that. My smoothing angle is a little. Why is my smoothing? Probably going to live with that. Let's do the other things we like to do though. Actually, we'll come back and get those. Let's get the other things in here. You are good. You are in. Did I put the special? We apply the special sauce to that. We did not. Okay, we got the special sauce on those. Let's go get the stockings in here. Select that. Check the names. Look good. Add the secret sauce. Doki. Select everything and make sure. Are you not? General. Fit to. You're not fitted to anything. That's better. All right. Bra, garter, stockings, panty. I'm in the scene tab. I'm going to come over here. Edit geometry. Create sub D. I guess some of those already have sub D. Edit geometry. Add a smoothing modifier. All right, let's just double check and see how they're looking. Smoothing is on. Mesh resolution is high. Edit geometry. Convert to sub D. And smoothing is on. Is on. We are at base. Edit geometry. Sub D. Look good. Edit. Convert up D. And I do have mesh smoothing on. Okay, so that round is, I do want to smooth these stockings out, but my ZBrush is being cranky now. I'm going to try it anyhow. I just got the the stockings. I'm just going to smooth them out just a little bit and see. I might have to touch them back up a little bit later. So let's make our brush smaller. Adjust the smoothing strength. Let's adjust the main strength. I'm gonna that out a little bit. I got a really bad little right there. A little bit of these creases out of the knees. That a little. I don't want them to look as baggy. The last stockings I did were a little baggier looking than I actually ended up liking. And I might be punching through the leg now at this point. Anyhow, let's go Z. Stay smooth. And let's put you into actor adjustments. I'm going to say adjust smooth. You can pop over here. Adjust smooth. Yeah, it looks good. You still, oh, you know what? I'm going to I have to recalculate my smoothing on here. Or change the, let's do that. Where is the mesh smoothing? Right here, the base shape matching. I'm going to switch that to generic. When you got the base shape, it tries to smooth to its original shape. Generic, it just tries to do a generic shading without remembering what the original object was actually looked like. I like that. I'm going to memorize my figure. I think I'm about ready. You know what? I'm going to probably apply generic to this as well. What if we put generic on here too? It's probably fine. Memorize that. Memorize that. Since I changed them, let's resave everything. And we can get over into substance painting. Their underwear. I think so. Kind of a white. I have to actually look up. We'll go look at the Sears catalog and see what colors underwear generally comes in. But we're going to do a black. Got to be a white. Probably going to be a black, and maybe a red, possibly a pink, and then maybe a couple of other colors depending on what the Sears catalog says. And they're going to be kind of the same. So I'm going to set up. Basically, we're going to set it up as a silk. And then we're going to save a couple of trans options. There'll be fishnets and a lace or two, maybe two different laces. And then we're going to do colors, and then we're going to do the dirty versions. Okay. And this is on two maps, so we can map. I can make all of this is one map, so I can make a map file that will change the color of this, this, and this. And the stockings, because of their size, are on their own separate map. I'm going to have whatever. Okay, we're good. And I'm saving stuff. That's right. So we're just going to resave everything. The bra for G8 female. The bra for G8 female. Looking good. Yes, we're going to replace you. Liberty lingerie. Your underwear top. Yay. Did I actually... We got the D-force on everything? I got the D-force on one thing. And we're going to... I'm totally going to adjust those settings. But for right now... So I need to do the stockings, the garter belt, and the panties. Boom. Okay, and then we got to tweak. I'm just going to grab everything to make sure my surfaces for D-force is set to... we're going to make sure that bend stiffness is set to 0.1 for everything. Actually, I got to select all of this, don't I? Doi. 1 is good. Just to do a quick check here. Looks good. I have little material zones in here. The stockings. Here we got clips L and clip R. If I take that, make the dynamic strength 0. Since I'm here, now they should hold in place. We're going to make the stocking shrink just a little bit, especially on the... Well, let's try just the stocking top first. We'll have it shrink just a little bit. Expansion ratio, we'll say 95% from 100. Test that. We're watching these stocking tops right now. So they kind of shrunk and everything else is kind of in place. They're staying up because we have these things pinned in on dynamic. All right, let's tweak the garter belt a little bit. There's a waistband. We're going to lower the dynamic strength on that. And then there's these little clips on the ends. We're going to set those to be non-dynamic so they stay in place with the stockings. That's the idea with that. So clasps, I think is what I call those. Set the dynamic strength to 0 on those. And do I not have... I don't have a waist for that, do I? I need a waist on my garter belt. We're going to tweak this a little bit. Go to the geometry, and I got to remember I'm going to have to do this eventually for the Genesis 9 version. Tool settings, surfaces. I'm going to hide everything. I do have a waist. That says panty. That's my problem. I want that row up there to be its own separate material zone. So we're going to fix that. And we're going to hide everything but this. And let me see if this works. If I can just do 1, 2, and geometry selection. Is going to do... Can I just select the loop? That did not go all the way around, did it? Nope. Okay, we're just going to do this a little bit at a time then. Well, I have a trick, but here, let's do this. We'll start it off. Create surface. Garter. Trim. Waist. Hide that. I'm going to just come over here. I'm going to hide the panties because they're in the way. I just saw a crow. We've been getting crows outside ever since my partner started leaving corn out there. Yeah, let's put you away. So I'm going to come over here. We're just going to grab these right here. Sign that. Hide again. Okay, the back's a little more complicated. I think I'm going to come through. Oops, I didn't want to grab that. Like that. Find that. Hide those. I think I'm good, so I can just kind of select all the connected parts like that. There's also an option to do that otherwise. We're going to assign all of those over like that. Make you visible again. Looking good. Make everything else visible. I can bring the panties back. All right, and then we're back into the surface tab for this. So we're going to lower or turn off. Actually, we need to add a deforce modifier to that. I got to apply my base shader to that. Come down here. Set that bend stiffness to 0.1. Because when you make a new surface, you need to rebuild all your... I could just copy and paste from something else too. And dynamic strength. You know what? I'm going to set you to 0 for now. We might dial that into like 0.5 or something later on, depending on how that works with morphs. Actually, I think I'm just going to go with maybe 0.4. We'll see how this goes. And you're getting awful floppy down there, aren't you? We're going to tweak the settings on the panties as well. Just doesn't flop out of the crotch like that. So do a simulate. Did I not set these tips? I thought I set these tips. Did I set the wrong thing? Which one of you is the clasp? I don't see the clasp. Let's see. I guess I've got 18 assigned to it. Where are you? Are you under there? Yeah, you're over there. Okay. You know what? This top part should be in that clasp too. I don't want you to be step back to 1. Trim waist. Actually, part of this ended up being yeah. No, we're good. Okay. I set trim waist, but clips. Oh, your clips, that's right. I think that's not signed right either, is it? Yeah. So down here I'm missing some. This needs to be part of the clip. All right, looks good. So we want to set the clips to 0. Dynamic strength should be in here somewhere. There we go. Trim waist. I don't have the clip selected. Now I have the clip selected. Now I'm going to set that to 0. Now we're going to see how this goes. See, the clips are hanging in there. These are getting a little floppy. We'll probably add a little bit more. We'll take the straps and we'll tweak the expansion ratio on that just a little bit. I'm going to make them thinner. And I just hit the spacebar as if I were in Marvelous Designer. But it stretches them out because now they're trying to be smaller. No, that's looking fine. So garter belt's looking good. Let's tweak the panties just a little bit. It's getting pinned underneath the garter belt, so it's not flopping as much, but still, I think we'll tweak the waistband and possibly the trims just a little bit. We'll make those just maybe a little bit stiffer. We'll go to town on that. Oops, cancel that. I meant to here in the panties, over to the surfaces tab. Let's tweak the waistband. We'll make that like maybe 0.4. It's a little, still a little dynamic, but pretty stiff. And also I'm going to take the trims and possibly make them just a little, like maybe 0.8. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of contraction on all of that. We'll say 95% on everything. And then let's run that. And it should just kind of shrink to the figure a little tighter. So that simulated nicely. All right, now we'll concentrate on getting the bra. So we're going to kind of do what we did here. Same thing with these straps. And then maybe, maybe we just put a little bit of contraction on everything, and then we tweak the straps a little bit further. I might dial those in a little bit better later on, but for right now, let's just make sure our band stiffness is good. I don't think I'm going to change the dynamic strength. I think I'm just going to tweak the contraction ratio. We'll make everything just like 95. It just shrinks just a little bit like that. Kind of sucks up onto the figure. And then I'm going to, you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm not going to change anything else. I'm just going to go with that for right now. As I work on this and see things happen a little differently, I'll probably tweak these. We're going to save these as material files and I'll apply them to the Genesis 8 version later for the dynamic settings. And ZBrush is still in the way. And I don't know if chat said anything for the last 20 minutes. Hey, Chris. You need to grab a screenshot of him real quick. What? Your camera fell back or did I shrink? I don't know. I might have just moved back a little bit. I think I just, my posture got bad. My camera's pointed too high. There we go. I think we're good with this. Let's do that. I'm going to save all of this out, and then we're going to go play with Substance Painter. All right. Close you up, and we'll just go down the list. We'll save out the bra. Should be good. Do the garter belt. Looks good. What do I got there? Stocking. Ante. Alrighty. Yeah, actually, I'm going to go ahead and. No, we're going to play with Substance Painter. All right, you go down there. You are just going to hit save on you and close you. This I don't need. Pop over to Substance Painter. All right. File new. I'm going to try to do this at 4K. Let's select. So we're going to go to. That's close enough. Here, we load that one in. All right, let's bake. This will be on 2 maps, right? All right, that's done. Bake the ID map. I need to load in this. Okay with that. I should have, and we'll bake you at 4K and change these to be really tight for better resolution on the ID map. Bake that. Probably good. Okay. Mode painting. I'm going to look for my silks. And silk generic, we're just going to go with that as our base. This has got some cool normal maps. I'm going to see if we can kind of tweak those up a little bit so they're a little more apparent. And that's going to be our base. And then we'll put a dirt on there, and that'll be a dirt base. Then it's a matter of saving out colors and opacities. So let's change, if we do the tile. So that's a little too much. Kind of like that. I might dial that. You know what? I just might dial that back with the in DAS. You know what? I do want to add some detail in here for these. Hey, Lund, how are you doing it? Touch that dial. It's Lund, baby. We're working on 1940s inspired underwear. That's the story I'm sticking with. I think that's going to work. I think I'm going to add the little circle details in with the displacement map. Which reminds me, I want to save out my ID map before I forget. File. Export texture. We are going to export out that ID map. We're using UDIMs, so I want one that says ID map UDIM. There we go. Export that. And good. Oh, I haven't saved this yet, so it's got the crappy name still. Save as. And you are 40s. I'm going to call you Liberty. Liberty lingerie. I misspelled lingerie. Let's try that again. I think that's good. All right, now we're going to save those ID maps out. Check the output directory. Those are the ones that are named wrong. Those are the stockings. That's everything else. I'm going to cut these. And I need to save, we need some texture templates at this point too. We're going to do the displacement maps first. projects. I know my 40s underwear is in my 50s folder. Whip there. Let's do that. I'm gonna put these there. Go get some. Let's go make some texture templates. Can't see chat anymore. There's chat. Thank you for shouting out London, Mr. Charles. You in here. Let's import in one of those substance files. I'm in the Western dress folder. Let's go. Oops, I went the wrong way. Here we are. That should work. So that should, so we're gonna save this twice. UV, export UV layout, 40s, and let's set you to 4K. I think I'm good. Did I come up with my colors? I did. Nice. All right, we're gonna slide this over, and then I can export out the other side. GX -1. Okay, export that. You are 1002. Okay, should be good. I have no idea where I just saved that. It's probably in a template folder in a temp file somewhere. Let me just see. Oh, you went to documents. Fine. There they are. All right, there's a template folder. I'm gonna do that. New folder. Put those in there. Looking good. Back over to the whip file. Let's do the stockings first, because that's the easy one. What the fuck? Photoshop. One of you should say open with Photoshop. I think after a couple decades, I'd be able to find that faster. I have no idea what you are supposed to be. Oh, you're an export folder. Okay. Put that over there. There's Photoshop. I don't need that. I need my template. Need that one right there. Good. Select something that's not crop. Okay, let's do this. Okay, first. That's the wrong tool. Trying to click on that. And there's that. Okay, we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to fill in all of that with black. Excellent. Do that. And let's make a white layer. Switch and fill. Okay. So the only thing is I gotta make another layer that's gonna separate out the sock top from the rest of it. Because the rest of this is all just sort of sorted out already. And I just filled in the wrong thing. I didn't want to fill that in. I want a new layer. Thought I said that. Then I want to fill this. Excellent. And I just want to. I'm in the wrong thing. Vance, you're official. Hey, how are you doing? We're making underwear. Lingerie, officially. 1940s styled. I'm working on displacement maps. And I'm pretty sure you stream too. I know I'm hanging out and I see you over at Ray's all the time. But check out Trance Official too. I think you said your rig was down. Your DJ equipment was having issues, but you're trying to go in and do games in the meantime. Something like that. All right, this is good. I need another layer in here. Like that. All right, now we're going to just set up our little stuff on the edges. I need a black layer. Control D. Where's my mouse? Control D. New layer. Okay. Flap that. Choose that. Drop you in there. Looking good. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of contrast on the edges there. I think I need my inner glow. That's good there. And we're just going to do the same thing here. Put a little bit of an inner glow on that. I'm going to put a little bit of an outer glow on that. Say okay, and I think that might work. Let's see how this looks. Oh, and I got a little bit of weirdness going on over here, don't I? Adjust that. Why are my edges not hard? Even though it says hard. Is my flow off or something? Yeah, that's what it is. All right. I got a little bit of junk left over here. That selected a little bit better. Oh, I still have a little bit of noise left over from my selection there. Just a wee bit over here. All right, should be good. So that's the stocking. File export as um, 50s, 40s underwear. Where am I saving you? Where am I saving you? No worries. Um, Textures, generic. Nope, 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 nope. All right, here's where I'm at. Saving this. I need to make a folder for this project. New folder. 40s Liberty Lingerie. There we go. Put that there. You're going to be the 01. Displacement map. All right, let's open up the other one. Open with Photoshop. We'll get our template to work with. Put that on top. Fill this in with black. Set that up with white. I need a new layer here. I'm going to use another new layer here. We'll come back to that one. Oh, and I need and yet another layer. New layer there. This one we're going to fill with white. Okay, Control D. I'm going to drop black into the background. Hide that for a little bit. What I need is I need this, and now we're going to separate this out. The trims. Those are really dark, aren't they? Okay. Let's do on the wrong. Am I on the wrong layer? I'm not on the wrong layer. You're the wrong color. I got to reassign you. So I'm just selecting all these edge pieces. So that's going to allow us to see the seams. This will pop the seams. That I don't need to do. Need these two. That one there. Probably good. Coming down. All right, we're on the garter belt. Not sure what's going on with that. I'll double check that later. I think those are going to be fine. And all right, and we're off the map here. So let's you're for this layer here. Fill you in with white. Bring that back, hide that. This. Okay, so we're going to kind of do the same thing we did with the other one. This bottom layer is just an inner glow. This one here, we're going to put an inner glow and a little bit of an outer glow on it. Inner glow, outer glow. Say okay. And I'm going to go with that for right now. Okay, so I'm going to fake details, slides and things. I'm not sure I'm getting to that today, but we're going to, use color and displacement maps to kind of make our, what am I looking at here? So on the car belts, we're going to do the clips here. I think here, I'm going to put a slide in here. I'm going to put a slide here and maybe a slide here. Yeah, and those are going to fake the details on the garter belt and the bra. I may work on those on Monday. We'll see where we are. Or we might do them today. I don't know. I'm going to save this. All right. And you have opened up over here because I put you over there last time. Should be good. And your the O2. Save that. Looking good. File. Save as. Yep, I'm going to just save the original PSD there. So if I have to, when I work on the slides and the clips later on, just start with that. And save you there as a Photoshop file. Okie dokie. All right, I think we're good with that for right now. And I'm going to save out the generic silk. Let's go shopping at 1940s Sears. Let's take a look at a 47 or 48 catalog. Just a little, or maybe a 45. Let's look at the 45. The war is still going on for parts of 45. When did Germany surrender? Was it April and then Japan in August? Something like that? VE days. You miss Sears? Yeah. Good old Sears catalog. 1945 Sears Spring Summer catalog. There we go. Loading up. I don't think there's anything in the Sears catalog I can't show. So here we go, 1945. These are really handy if you want to know what people were wearing back then and what their accessories were, or what kind of fabric patterns you might want to be looking at. So here we are. We're in the underwear section. I'm trying to see if this tells me colors or not. That is in white. What is E? E. Sorry, not available. Damn it. This was 1945 though. Get this in pink. Does this have a color? Light peach. So maybe we'll do a light peach. Blush. The flesh pink. I'm going to do one or the other of those. Let's see if we can just find more. I think I already went past what I was looking for. Let's take a look at bra colors. I look here. We can look over here. Those are kind of pointy. Mine's designed a little bit different. But geez, women could kill with those things. You got nude. Tea rose. Tea rose is a pale flesh pink color. And nude. Yeah. Well, there's a site online that has tons of these things scanned, but it's not really easy to download them off of that. You have to kind of go through page at a time like this. It's called Christmas.muse. Here, I'll drop the link in chat. Okay. So what do we got? We got nude, we got tea rose, and maybe maybe a light peach or something. I'm going to go with nude and tea rose, and we're going to mix that up with our pinks, our other colors. What did I have? Like 4 other colors. Maybe I should just make a light green and a light, just do yellow, green. I'll probably end up with too many colors. There's tea rose. And there's another tea rose. I think I might go with that one. Because we're also going to see what color nude, classic color nude, which of course means honky, but it's like the classic flesh colored crayon. Let's face it, that was honky. um, they tend to be a tan and a little more. So we'll probably go with something like that, I think. Although they're calling it desert sand. So I'm going to call that. You know what? I'm going to call that sand. And we'll call this tea rose. And then we'll do that with the other ones. Okay, so let's do tea rose as the base color. And that's kind of a pink. And actually, if I go with this one, it's even more pink. So that'll fill my pink slot. So let's do that. You get turned off. I'm just going to come over here. And what I can do is I can just take this eyedropper tool, run all the way over here, click on that, and we're going to call that tea rose. All right, let's save this. Oh, you know what? We're going to go back into the displacement map and add the little the circles on here. I forgot to do that. This is going to take a little bit of time. It'll be a little tedious. Dum, dum, dum. Hey, the brain has stopped again. It'll be back in momentarily. Before we do that, though, let's save this. Control S, Control Shift E. We're going to do I don't have any opacity on here right now, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a 5-channel with UDIM. Export that. Comes over to here. So I'm going to take that and we're going to call you T Rose. There's a couple of them in here I'm renaming. Right there. So I think you're a gray. I think there's a slight variation in there. Probably not. That's my monitor. Never mind. Did my normal map? I think I saw stuff in the normal map, didn't I? No. I want stuff in the normal map, damn it. Let's do that. You got the normal turned off. There we go. Now I got stuff in the normal map. I'm going to resave this. All right, now my normal maps are good. That I don't need because I've renamed it. That I don't need because we've renamed it. Now we're just going to cut all of this. Go running over to somewhere in here. Time textures, me, Liberty Lingerie. We're going to just drop those in here. And then let's go get my dirt. So back when I did the Storm Raider outfit, I set up a dirt file that I liked. And why are you not showing up, dude? Is it because you're into? There it is. Right there. I like this. I like the way I set this up, so I keep using the same dirt file over and over again. There's something actually normal. Yes, all textures are claimed to be normal. All right, there's my dirt. Dirty dirt. Dirty dirt, dirt skin. I should probably, you know what? I probably should spread those legs out a little bit. You heard me. Um, and we're going to update this. I'm getting ambient occlusion is causing these really dark patches on the inside, and I want to get rid of those. So, in here, Control L and G and X, and move you out a little like that. Control L and G and X, maybe move you out a bit like so. And we're just going to resave this a couple of times. Not going to touch that one. Thank you, Rod. Substance. I'm going to overwrite this file here. Then we're going to do it again. That one right there. Pick that off. Export this. Pop back over into here, and we're going to rebake. So what we're going to do, project configuration. Select this one here with a slightly. And then what I'm going to do is, you see, it got a little weird because, and then we're just going to rebake the maps. Like CMS maps. And I'm going to rebake that color map. So let's get rid of this. Store default. Clickety, clickety, clickety. I don't think I have to redo the ID map. I might. Oh, you're not. Oh, cancel, cancel. You know what I forgot to do? I have to shift this all back. GX1. There we go. Now we're going to resave these. And then we're going to reload. And rebake. I'm going to rebake the ID map too, just to be on the safe side. I have a menu sitting over there. It keeps freaking me out. I keep thinking that's not baking right, and then I realize it's just this weird overlay in here. Okay, I'm going to. I don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and rebake the ID map just in case I need it inside here. Need to add this, don't I? Okay, probably good. Back to painting. Hit save on that. I'm going to have to resave these out. Actually, the other one is probably okay. This is probably just needs to be resaved with these. Yeah, I don't think I need to resave that because the ambient occlusion is the thing that I'm just trying to fix. That looks fine in there. I'll put that on. My dirt looks good. Do I want to try adjusting the scale of that? I've been playing with that add a filter. Actually, I've played with this. It doesn't do exactly what I would hope it would do. The transform. It does strange things. Where did I put you? Oh, you're all the way down there. Damn you. No, I want you in this one. I'm like looking at it going, why are you no change? Yeah, yeah, we're not going to do that. Never mind. I think that's fine. I can't help myself. Try not to, but that's what she said. Wah, wah, wah. You're doing so well, too. Any longer, and I would have forgot what you were talking about. All right, that's the dirty version. So let's, my export is clear. Control Shift E. Export that. Up over here. And there's a couple of things nope, I can get rid of. I'm just making this so it's a little easier to work with. Okay, I don't need the height map. I don't need that. I don't need this height map. I don't need that normal map because they're exactly the same as the one we already saved. We're going to call these T rows. Actually, we're going to switch, we're going to add warn to all of these. So I'm going to rename this with power renamer. And I'm going to change right here where it says lingerie. We're going to make that lingerie warn. And apply that. Excellent. Then I'm going to come in here, add T rows to these. Yeah, I'm closing T rows up. All right, so that's the dirty stuff. Control X. Hop over here. I'm going to drop these in here. And I think Chris needs, do we need to do, yeah, I probably got to do the stitching. Anyhow, let me go set this up now, and we'll see how things are looking in Zadaz. Texture shaded. Come over. Just going to select all of these. I have all of this sitting in my surface tab here. Do the stockings. So there is a height map. Did I not apply my generic shader to this? Doesn't look like it. Maybe no, there it is. I'm seeing it. Dirty textures go along with your mind. Mm-hmm. All right. That goes into my bump map channel. Let's try that again. Come on. I super believe in you. There's my normal map. I'm going to put that into the glossy roughness. The metallicity goes right there. And the T rose comes here into the color channel. That just looks like a straight up color, doesn't it? Oh no, there's a texture on it. Okay. And the displacement map. I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to turn the displacement map to 1. I'm going to actually just make you 0.1 today. Make sure you say 6. Okay, that's 1 down. I'm going to do kind of the same thing, but these are on a separate texture map. So going to work like this. That goes in the displacement channel. I'm going to set you to 0.1. I might tweak that up a little higher later. Set you to 6. Right, nope. My base color needs to be white. You're going to be there, there. Go to metallicity, come into here. Roughness, I'm going to plug into the glossy roughness. Normal map. There's our height map right there into the bump channel. Take a look at how this is looking. DJ Ray, you know how it goes. Monkey matches with monkey, giraffe with giraffe. That Ray is so dirty. I'm going to dial those normal maps back a little bit. But other than that, I'm fairly happy. I'm going to dial it way back on the on this, and maybe not so much on the. Let's stop that. And you know what? I'm going to switch to iRay in here for just a little bit. So, I don't know, let's try 0.5 on the normal map on those. And I'm just going to dial the normal map on the stockings way back. See how that works. That might be, I don't know. I want it to be subtle, but I don't know if that's too subtle. Maybe we'll take it up, see how that's looking. I'm liking those. So that's the base. That's going to be the hero texture, I guess. I don't know. Or I might go with the nude. I do want to get the sewing in here. So we're going to, there's a lot of sewing. I'm not going to sew down here. I am going to put sewing on the stocking tops. Yeah, on the straps, on here, these are the panties. So there's a lot of stitching to do. I don't know if I want to do that in the next half hour. You know what? I think I'm going to go and we'll work on the sliders. Let's get those in here. Those are gonna, and I'm gonna have to add that color to all my color maps. But we'll start with the, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's turn you back off for a second. No, no, yep, no. Actually, there we go. Oh. Open recent. So I don't need to add any. So I'm looking at this one here for our additional details. So I'm going to quickly. So we're going to quickly do this in PowerPoint, and eventually, and then we'll try to do maybe the clips too. Do a new presentation. I'm just using PowerPoint because it's so much easier for me to do stuff like this. And that just comes from decades of using PowerPoint. Nope. I don't know what you were. Where did my thing go? There it is. That's kind of a neutral gray with no outline. Excellent. We'll see that. Put you out of the way. Okay, so this is actually going to go, I think these are the bra straps. So I'm going to just stick one here and one here. And also on the garters, they'll go in the middles here, here, and here. That, of course, is too big. You know what? I'm going to hide everything else for just a second here. Actually, let's duplicate that. There's a plan here. Excellent. So that's going to be the slider. And you. Bring these other layers back. And are these all oriented the same way? They are. Okay, so I need to. Is it Control T? T? No, that's text. Control T. That's what I wanted. All right. Now I just need to start making copies of this. This actually needs to sit underneath this layer here. Then I just make the, so here, bring that layer up, right? Need to make some adjustments to that. Do that in this. I'm on the wrong layer. Is good. Oh, that's good too. Okay, so this comes over here. I need to kind of get my brain around what I want to do here. Gotta go take a look at a brassiere. Let's do that. We're going to what I need to do is I need to find one that shows me the slides details. And I think I saw one the other day. It was on eBay. Not a 1940s radio. I want a 1940s bra. What I'm trying to do is just find a little back detail. And they're just not quite showing what I'm looking for. You know, that one actually doesn't even have slides on it. That's my problem. What I'm looking at right now. That's got slides. Let me see. That one doesn't have slides. Something like that. All right, now I see what I want to do. All right, this is a little janky, but I'm going to have cloth come over one part. Then this part of the slide has to be over the cloth. Cloth has to come up over the other part of that slide there. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So basically, I have to pull some material out of here, and there's a bit of a little gap right in here. Need to kind of maybe set that up like that. And then I think I can just delete that out there. And I click in the wrong one, so I'm going to click on you, and we're just going to put that out on top. Where's my erasure? Nope, you're or maybe a little smaller. Wrong layer. That is too big. You know what? Gotta do that, don't I? That is what I wanted right there. Oops, I've gone too far. So I have to add some displacement and some transparencies on these. And a little bit of color here. So let's duplicate. Nope, let's cancel that. Down here, let's duplicate this for color. And I'm just going to give it a slight gray. And then also I'm going to use that as a metallicity map. Do metallic. Lighter metallic. What is the duplicate? Is it Shift D? I forget. Duplicate layer. There we go. Oh, nope. Did I not? Did I not copy? Clerk going for smoke, then back to. Hey, thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to get rid of those and try again. So I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to use this on all of them. So I'm going to delete some of this. Well, let's make it. Let's duplicate this. I'm going to try this. Select that. I'm in the wrong layer. Select that. Control Shift I. Pop back into here. Can't see it, but I'm going to delete. Well, you're supposed to be. Dang it! That was supposed to go away. Apparently, my erase didn't get everything I wanted. That should have done it. I think that's going to do what I want it to do. Oh, I got the other one underneath. There we go. Something like that. This works for the metal. That will work for a roughness map. This I will do for color. Cancel that. Well, maybe eventually I'll. Why did you not fill? Something like that. So I have to do that 8 times. Is it going to get a little? And I need something for a little bit of shape too, for the displacement shape. Maybe do that back in white. Lighter color. Lighter roughness. Metallic, which I can also use for displacement. Actually, I need to make a copy of that for displacement. And that one we're going to put the little bit of a. This needs to be a much smaller glow than the other. And just a slight. You know, that outer glow is probably going to be okay, except maybe a little smaller and a little big. Give me the effect I'm looking for. And then what I also need is we'll set up opacity maps later on. And basically I need to dupe these and move them all together. So what have I got here? think these might, let's see if I can get these in place. Let me do this as a group. Sliders 01. And if I bring that back there, and if we do sliders, duplicate group, and Control D. And how are you kind of looking? Kind of interesting. I think that might do the trick. Can I just move all of those? That would have been too easy, right? Oh, there's nothing in there. What the heck? Ah. Oh, I didn't add these to the group. Doy. There we go. I could just kind of move that into there. Okay, so that's almost to... Dang it. I have no idea. Where did everything just go? I apparently moved somewhere. Then I might be able to just dupe these, flip them around, and put them on the other one. Sliders 1. Sliders 02. Oh, that was the... Found myself using a shortcut from another program. Somehow that didn't actually work. There's duplicate on those. Once I get these set up, I can start merging these like layers together, and it'll probably make stuff easier to work with. So I think I'm going to do that, and then I will work on these later. Yep, the brain has stopped. All right, I got those. I'm going to bring you back into view. And I Control T and flip. And then probably a faster way to do that. Like that. That kind of lined up okay. I think we'll just duplicate one of these for down here. And I don't like, I think that one, let's duplicate that one there. You up here. Let's get the numbering on here so it makes a little more sense. 3. I should actually count them over from here, but I'm going to make you 4. Sliders, garters, 01. I have no idea where you are. I think you're right over. Nope, let's try that again. Yeah, there you are. I thought you were over there. I think I want you to go this way. Look how faster I zoom out. It goes faster if I use the transform. Probably isn't going to line up exactly, but we'll get in there. And then over here, I'm going to kind of do the same thing, and we're going to build out the clips that will clip to the stockings garter belt. I've got this thing made the way I think I got to make sure I put the little round bit down in here somewhere, and then we can kind of flesh out the rest of this. You look a little off. You guys are a little off too, aren't you? That'll probably be good. Are these all lined up now? I'm gonna put you into a group. Because then I'm going to start merging stuff, but I'm afraid I'm going to screw stuff up. So we're making a, can I just new group all of these? Maybe, maybe not. I think I have to drag all of you into the group. There's a way to group from selected. I forget how that works. Duplicate that. Hide this. Make sure all these are turned on. Then I think I'm going to try to select, merge. Actually, I probably would be best to drag these into another group uh, by whatever. So here, let's come over right here and say new group. And then in here, I can just grab all the colors and maybe drag just those in. And then as we go, we can shut these down and open up the next one and drag it up. And actually, I might not even, I can kind of maybe just rebuild all of this stuff by copying layer styles or something. And I think, do I have 8 colors now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One's missing. All right, who got away? There it is. Now I got 8 colors. I can hide all of this. And you know what? I can probably just dupe these and make these different maps instead. So I think I can just maybe just merge all of these guys together. Merge layers. Now I have one big happy layer. And then it's a matter of just getting my brain around how to set up the displacement map. But we're making progress and it's coming close to 4. I don't really have anything to show on the updated sliders yet, but it is heading in the generally the right direction. If I hide you, and if we bring you back, kind of gives me an idea of what I need to do. I generally make progress. You know, duplicate that. Where's my things? My things. What do we do? Inner glow. Outer glow. Okay. That's going to end up like that, and that'll add some displacement in there. I probably might touch this stuff up. It's going to look a little weird, but we're making... We got to erase a whole bunch of stuff around each of these. Anyhow, that's kind of how I'm going to fake the detail. Hopefully we will have something a little more worked out soon. So anyhow, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. We will be back tonight, 8 p.m. for the Saturday night social. Let's go hang out in... We'll do a render so where we are. But we have this done so far. I still have to go back into Substance and add the stitches. And then we have to just start exporting out more maps. But we are making some nice progress on how this outfit's coming along. I'll probably throw something together with this and post it to the Discord for the social tonight. Discord. Hey, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. So basically what we're working on is enhancing the details here and here. So yeah, if you get home in time, it will be a pleasure to see you. Otherwise, happy anniversary, Rod. And tell Joe we wish her a happy anniversary as well. And look forward to seeing you tonight. Let's find somebody to raid and call it an afternoon. Where is my Twitch? My Twitchy Twitch. There it is. Come over here. I know it looks an awful lot like the Darling lingerie. Not gonna lie, but it's different. It's different. It has a different garter belt, and I really wanted a different garter belt, and that's the entire reason. Chris wanted a different garter belt, and oh yeah, I still have to add the detail into the bullet bra and a bullet bra. So that's where we're heading. Let's see who is on. So we're going to see if any of the art friends are on. I see toilets on. You know what? I think toilets with Crasian today. So I think that's our raid target. Toilet bidet and toilet is streaming with Crasian. So we're going to go over and say hi to that toilet and Crasian. They are co-streaming. They are doing art streaming together. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Did I slide down again? So let's do this. Hey, if there's anybody over on YouTube, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Hey, YouTube, remember, I have to say this is obligatory. Like and subscribe. Anyhow, dum dum dum. I'm gonna set this raid up. Hey, did I do the Discord? I did. Feel free to join the Discord. Hey, we have raid calls. If you can join the raid here on Twitch, feel free to copy that. If you're a sub, you can use the sub raid call. I'm gonna do that. Do I have a Taddy command? Follow Taddy. There you go. The artist formerly known as Toilet After Dark is now Taddy Bidet. So we're going to do that and slash trade Taddy Bidet. Is it that? I've lost it. Where did he go? It is. I think I got that right. All right. I think we're good. I started raid on the channel. And thank you all for being here. Hope to catch you tonight. Otherwise, I will be back Monday, 2 p.m. for more 3D stuff. Something probably oriented more towards Blender, but depending on where I am with this, I may work on this, or I may start shoes, or pick up the pistol we started last week. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Let's do this. Chris is copying his raid call. Control C, and we're going to go over and say Taddy. So hasta la vista, baby.